Good morning, welcome down to Devon Koi Pond. As you can see, another glorious day. Not long after 7 in the morning. Absolutely beautiful down here this morning. Going to be so hot again today that you ain't going to be wanting to do too much outside around the pond. But today I'm going to show you what I've finally done in the river stroke cress trays. We'll have a look at that. I've got that flowing and just have a look around the pond and I'll show you the painting. Hope you're not all overfeeding your fish. If you're feeding great quantities, like I've said before, test your water a couple times a week at least. Watch out because problems can rise very quickly. Too much food in the water, you end up with too much ammonia, nitrite, and then nitrate. So be gentle on the feeding, give them enough, but watch your water quality. Make sure your filters can handle what you're feeding. So let's have a quick look down around here a minute, see what's going on. So you can see, water's absolutely excellent again. Since I got rid of the blanket weed, no problems whatsoever. We'll have a quick look at the water temperature. We have this morning 22.1. Really nice temperature. I've just chucked in a few pellets just to get them up, but the water is so clear. Beautiful job. The water test's been fine this week. Got a slight rise in the ammonia. Normally I show virtually nothing, but I've got a slight showing of it, which I think I can put down to the way I've been playing around in the grog trays at the end, disturbing all that grog. So over here in the trays, I finally sorted this out. I've got a slow run of water over the top and the bottom, all the way running through here, all the way through and out the end, and I can increase or decrease the height of water in the trays by the end pipe and the in pipe to it. Got no problem sorting that out. Alright, I know what you're all dying to look at, the painting. Well, it's all finished. I'll give you a look around it in a second. Got some poopy on the bottom again this morning, but I think as they start to move around the first few hours of daylight, they stir it up and it ends up going down the bottom drain. Still showing a bit of carp pox. This chag here on its tail, as you can see, it's still got some showing there. His brother, who came same time, none whatsoever. Have a quick look in the veg a minute. I'll show you what's happening over there. You can see, got lots of lily flowers up now. Nimbulus going nuts. Still can't get the cress to grow. It's just looking yellow. Seems to be dying back. But you want to see what the pond looks like, don't you? Well, I'm very impressed with the black. What can I say? It's kind of brought it out. So here we go. Black is nice. Still a couple bits want a little bit more paint on them, because they're going to get a bit of harder wear in. Open at last. It's going to be prop under the plant there. That one just tends to droop itself down. I'm going to have to get in and hack around at this one. It's a beast. But obviously it's taking something out of the water because it's not in any soil. It's just in a basket with a load of stone. So it's eating something in the water. Something that the cress ain't getting. So from here, I'm hoping you can see the water flow over the tray on the first part of it, then goes down under and up through this tray, coming up at the end, going down and back through all this to the end. And what I've got here in the end is just a bit of turn down pipe. I can twist that one up and down. By doing that I can alter the height of the water in the trays. I'm hoping not to have to touch this here now for the rest of the summer. If this cress actually starts to grow, which it should, hopefully it'll just overgrow this tray all the way along. The end planter, it's really doing well. So we'll pop down the bottom of the garden a minute and have a look down there. So there's the black from the bottom of the garden. Still debating on the garden wall. I don't really want to paint the blockwork. I don't see it, but if you think I should paint the blockwork, have a rump in the comments. I said if you don't like the black and think I cooked it right up, put it down in the comments. This cress over here is growing, but it's still awfully yellow. I just don't understand it. Definitely missing something in the water that it needs. Really strange. Now they've stirred up some bits on the bottom. Filters as soon as suck that up. Pop a bit more food in for a minute. So, while I'm putting some food in, I'm feeding the medical health at the moment. 10 kilo bucket of that I've started, and they really like it. They gobble it down. And then we have to get a red or white back for the Devon koi plaque so that it's visible on the door there again. Now these, I quite often get this strange behaviour with these two. One will suck on the front of the other one and literally pull the pellets right out of it. Bossy brutal fish, I think. Control a lot of the water heights here by pipes bent up like that on the end of the veg tray. I've got one in the filter tank up here, the veg filter. That pipe on its side there is kind of an overflow. It runs out of the others normally. If it gets too high, that one cuts in. So say I get a blockage, that one will come in. And if it's running out of that one, I know the pipes just want to wiping across to get off whatever's built up on them. They're real abundance of lilies this year. Now the grog in the end that I've populated the trays with here. I've actually managed to get a good 40 kilos of alpha grog into this, which surprised me. I had a 40 litre pot got in the pond, and it took most of what was in there. So I've gone and got 2 more bags, 25 kilo bags, and I've refilled that. I wanted this because it already had bacteria in it. Now the pot in the veg filter works very well. That's directly under the water return from the filters. Got a couple of air stones in the bottom of it, so the water cascades on the top of it, straight out the return. Then with the air stones, pulls the water and stirs it around in it. And I think that's possibly why I've had a little rise in the ammonia, because I played around with that grog and stole it and put in here. But I've gotten a new grog in that filter at the end there now. Dropped a few of the bio starter balls in it, and got that going. So expecting the ammonia to fall back down pretty quickly. I'll ease up on the food a little bit for a couple of days and just keep an eye on it, but don't overfeed your little buggers. It's lovely down here this time of the morning when the sun just hits the top of the pond like this. I get the shade from the neighbour's tree down there first thing in the morning here, and it's absolutely lovely. So I hope you've all been enjoying a really good week's ponding. Hope your water's good. Hope your fish are happy. So as I'm saying, don't overfeed your fish. You will end up with problems. Give them what they'll eat and what your filters will handle. That's the 2 most important bits of information you can whip out. Check your water, test your water. If you're overfeeding them, you'll have problems. So, I'm down here in Devon. Hope you like the black paintwork. It's been absolutely beautiful. So hot down here doing it. Black's not a good colour to be painting either. Been doing it in the evenings when the sun's gone round over the house. Doing it all 3 coats. Hoping it'll weather well. But we'll see. So, next week, catch up with what's ongoing down here. I'm sure we'll have some new content for you. So from down here in Devon, bye for now.